This video is brought to you by WeGotSoccer.com, offering all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for 10% off any order. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Nike Tiempo 94 mids. Now, as you can see, it comes in your standard red and white Nike sportswear box. Give you a quick look at the label. You can see it's branded as the Nike Sportswear Tiempo 94 mid, size 9.5 US. The pair that I have here is in the black sail, atomic orange, and black colorway, and the retail price sticker is ripped off. But these guys retail for $120 US. And for those of you guys that are interested in a pair of these for yourself, you can check out the Buy It Now link in the description along with the coupon code provided, and pick these up under that $120 retail price. Again, if you're interested in a pair for yourself, whether it be the mid-top version or even the low-top version. So here is a look at the Tiempo 94 mids in this black suede color. To me, these look absolutely phenomenal. And for those of you guys that watch my videos perhaps a little bit more diligently, you know that I brought in the low-top Tiempo 94 mid not too long ago in the red suede colorway. And just for comparison's sake, just so you can see the difference between the low and the mid, you can see the mid is significantly higher. It's not so noticeable side by side, but when you put them on, these, like I said, are significantly higher. And if you were planning on playing soccer in a pair of Tiempo 94s, which honestly isn't necessarily my recommendation, the quality is great, don't get me wrong, but it's a little bit bulky in my opinion for an actual performance product, especially considering what is available in this price range. But nonetheless, if you want to play soccer in a pair of these, I would definitely recommend the lows over the mids. The mids is more or less strictly designed for casual wear and not necessarily something you would actually want to kick a ball around in. That's just my opinion. Do what you want, I guess. But again, here is a look at the shoes. We're going to take a closer look in just a second. But for those of you guys that don't know the backstory on this particular release from Nike, it's the 20th anniversary of the Nike Tiempo. And basically to go along with their Legend 5 soccer shoe release, they released the Tiempo 94 in more of a casual shoe form. This is back in 1994 when they released the original Nike Tiempo soccer shoe. This was the design of the upper. It had these two nylon straps running kind of underneath the Nike swoosh, as you guys can see. And that's both on the lateral and medial sides. And of course it has that same kind of stitching pattern in the toe box area like you found on the original soccer shoe as well. And then of course that signature big flap tongue, and you can see it says Nike Tiempo Premier underneath there. So pretty cool details overall, and the quality of this shoe, especially considering what it's available at around the $100 price point, it's a really good value overall. The upper is made entirely of this very high quality suede material, and in black it looks absolutely incredible. You can see the mid-top version has a little bit different of a lacing system here. They kind of just made it up. Obviously this was never designed as a mid-top shoe, but it looks really good as a mid-top shoe if you ask me. You have your tumbled leather, kind of off-white Nike swoosh here on both the lateral and medial sides, and I didn't really notice that it was off-white until I actually saw the shoes in person, whereas the Nike branding here, which is kind of like embossed into the suede, it's like painted on over top, and it also kind of is, like I said, kind of punched into the suede, so it has some texture to it as well, is more of a true white versus what you're going to find on the Nike swoosh. Hopefully you guys can see that contrast on the shoe. And then of course you have that same kind of embossed Nike swoosh here on the top of the tongue, as well as the Nike Tiempo Premier branding on the underside of the tongue. Now, I know a lot of people don't like this big flap tongue. It's more of a soccer shoe thing. That's what it's trying to imitate in terms of overall styling. But what's great about this shoe is that it's attached by Velcro. So at any time, if you wanted to take it off and have a Tiempo 94 without the tongue, which still looks equally as good if you ask me, you do have that option. So you have a little bit of variation in terms of how you can wear these things, which to me is very cool. You don't see that all that often. In terms of the liner, you can see that it is kind of like a black mesh material, and the insole is non-removable. I guess you could remove it if you want. It's kind of glued in the forefoot, midfoot area, so you could rip it out if you really wanted to, but it's basically just a mesh insole. It's thin foam, and then you got your Nike branding there at the bottom. The laces themselves, as you can see, are pretty straightforward. They're flat laces, but they have kind of like a wax finish to them. They're not actually waxy feeling, but they look waxed. So Again, it looks really good with that suede in my opinion, and it gives this shoe a very, very premium feel that it might not have otherwise had should they have not made the entire upper suede and then put these wax laces. And again, even if you don't buy the suede variations, there's been some all leather ones. They look equally as good, and the quality of the leather that Nike is putting on these things is absolutely phenomenal, again, considering the price range that they're putting them at. Now, in terms of the midsole, it's kind of unique in that it's translucent, and you guys can see that there's a little bit of orange seeping through. That has everything to do with the Phylon cushioning that is provided on this particular shoe. There's a piece of exposed Phylon right here, and that is essentially a type of foam from Nike. You can even see it leaking through here on the bottom of the sole. And then the sole itself is more of like a gum color, but it's like a semi-translucent gum color in terms of how it looks. But nonetheless, it works really, really well in my opinion. It looks better on some colorways than others, but I think that with this black upper, having that little bit of orange with the translucent sole, to me just looks really, really good. And you also have that accent of kind of that off-white nylon stitching going around the toe as well as around the heel area, which to me just adds to the overall quality of this particular shoe. The outsole, as you can see, is pretty straightforward, Nike branding in the middle, and it kind of has this very aggressive old school looking herringbone pattern. Again, you can tell that this is not so much designed as a performance shoe, more so a casual shoe, at least in my opinion. So again, as a casual shoe, the quality is great, the price is pretty good, and you really can't go wrong if this is the style of shoe that you're looking for. So that's pretty much it as far as all the details are concerned. And move on next to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes look and what the sizing is like. Alright, here's a look at the Tiempo 94 mids on feet with a pair of shorts. As you can see, I removed the tongue on the left shoe and I left it on the right shoe. It's kind of nice that you do have the option to wear them two different ways. You can wear them one way one day, another way the other day, and have kind of the look of two different shoes. But personally, I like the look of the shoe with the tongue on there. It just has more of a Tiempo 94 classic look in my opinion. But again, it's nice that you do have the option. In terms of overall comfort, I would say these are very comfortable with that Phylon midsole. You get some nice underfoot cushioning. But again, this doesn't feel like a performance-oriented product. It definitely is more geared towards casual wear. And as an everyday casual wear shoe, they are plenty comfortable. The other reason why I say these aren't necessarily performance-oriented is because they have some pretty decent weight to them. They're not lightweight by any means, especially in the mid-top version. It's got a very thick rubber outsole, pretty thick suede on the upper. So it's just really well made and really high quality, which is great. But again, as a performance shoe, I personally wouldn't recommend these. In terms of width, I would say, again, it's fairly wide. Again, not necessarily leaning towards that performance style of footwear. So even if you do have excessively wide feet, you should find these very, very comfortable. And again, it's great for an everyday casual wear shoe in terms of the comfort level that they provide. As far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing my usual size 9.5 US, and wearing these as a casual wear shoe, I have no problems with this going true to size. But again, they do run a little bit large overall. So if you did want a more snug fit, you could safely go a half size down without any issues. But again, that's more a matter of personal preference. And I think for most people, going true to size should be just fine. Alright, here's a look at the Tiempo 94 mids on feet with a pair of pants. And to me, the mid-top version of this shoe is definitely best suited for casual wear with a pair of jeans or something like that, especially in this really clean black suede color. For the most part, this is a shoe that I can highly recommend as an everyday casual wear shoe. It's available at a great price and is one of the best quality shoes currently out there on the market if you're looking for something that is made from natural materials. So that's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion of this video is concerned, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the Nike Tiempo 94 mids. To me, this is a really good shoe for a couple different reasons. I'm a big fan of the retro Tiempo 94 styling. I like the soccer inspiration behind it. That's something that obviously I'm very into. And I think that the quality of the shoe, considering the price it's available at, is well above average and much better than I think a lot of people realize these actually are. So again, if you like the style of the shoe, I definitely recommend picking them up because, like I said, for the price, the quality is absolutely incredible. Of course, if you are interested in purchasing a pair for yourself, be sure to check out the Buy It Now link down below in the description. I'll leave a link to both the mid-top as well as the low-top versions, along with exclusive SR4U coupon codes allowing you to pick them up below the retail price. If you have any questions regarding the shoe at all, or even suggestions for shoes that you'd like to see me bring in, be sure to leave those down below below in the comments as well. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to support it with a like. And if you guys want to see some high quality images, be sure to check out the review page on my website, linked down below as well, which will kind of give you a better idea as to how these actually do look in person. Of course, if you're interested, subscribe for more sneaker reviews. My social media information is also down below. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.